Mike, you lost your job.
I know. That was awesome. Oh, October's theme is hunting, or huntin', as it's properly pronounced. And we have hunter and sponsor of the show, Scott Vinson, to talk about it. But first...
How come I never get to read any of that stuff? You know, I got to talk to that producer.
I don't know.
What do you want? You want to say the answer?
No.
Go ahead and read. You can read it. Read what
right.
I just read.
No.
Oh, now he's all hurt. Now he's all hurt. Made a big stink.
Hey, folks, self-defense and emergencies can happen to anyone, and there's no guarantee that the justice system will be on your side. Make sure you are protected for the legal battle after your self-defense battle. While you protect your family and property, U.S. Law Shield is here to defend you 24/7, 365 days a year with a comprehensive self-defense coverage at an affordable price. Bad guys don't take days off, and neither does our coverage. Listeners, you can get a free T-shirt. All you have to do is enter code Gun Owners Radio. Sign up today. Go to uslawshield.com.
I could have done that.
You could have done an excellent job.
He takes 2 weeks off.
Good Lord.
Now he's whining.
I know.
Why don't we just leave?
It's hard to get good help these days.
Why don't we just leave and let him do the rest of the show? What do you think?
So our in-studio guest today, Scott Vinson. I met Scott when he was running for office years ago, and I was very, very impressed. And I just thought you're just outstanding guy, and I was just really impressed with your Second Amendment stance, of course, but how you conducted yourself when you were running for office, and became a big fan. So when we started San Diego County Gun Owners, you were on the short list of people that I wanted to make sure was active in San Diego County Gun Owners. And when I sat down and talked to you, you immediately were interested, and you've been an important fixture ever since. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, Scott. So tell everybody. So what do you what do you do? What's your profession when you're not board membering for San Diego County Gun Owners?
Well, I own for 31 years I've been a real estate agent and broker, and for 25 of that I've owned a real estate brokerage, and I have about 55 agents that work for me now.
Nice. And that's down in South Bay.
The great Chula Vista.
In Chula Vista. Yeah. Beautiful office down there. You actually hosted some of our meetings before.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
In fact, I served some deer. I cooked some deer burgers for her.
Well, those are the best meetings. So you've had some of our meetings in your office, and those were great. But the best meetings is when you invite everybody to your home, when you have this beautiful big backyard,
mm-hmm.
and every year you go and harvest the deer or two in Alabama, right?
Right.
And then you cook it up for everybody, which I think is enormously generous.
Well, thank you. It's so much fun. It's I just feel like I have to share it with everybody that would be willing to enjoy deer meat. So
yeah, well, so you're born and raised in Alabama?
That's right.
And okay, so how did a deer hunting Alabama boy make it all the way to San Diego? How did that happen?
Well, I had a brother that actually joined the Navy, and he told me how great it was to be out here in San Diego. So I went right after him and joined the Navy and spent my time, and then came back out. And I stayed in the Philippines for 6 years as a business person, and then I left there after that and came. In fact, I flew out the day before the United States took out President Ferdinand Marcos.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow. What was it like in the Philippines back then?
Well, it was still rough and tough, but it was fun. We had the military there. They appreciated the Americans, and so it was great to do business. And I was exporting into Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and Atsugi, Japan, Yokosuka, Busan, Korea, all those places where we had military bases. So I was actually exporting Philippine-made products.
Wow. And you're actually fluent in 3 different languages, right?
Not fluent, but I can get through.
You can get through?
Yeah.
And obviously one of them's English.
Right.
And then, what are the other 2?
No, actually it's Alabamian. But
Yeah.
Some Spanish and Tagalog.
Oh, wow. Tagalog. Wow. Yeah. Now, do people comment? Do you speak Spanish and Tagalog with a Southern accent, or how does that work?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure, but yeah. They understand me anyway. I mean, when I'm trying to speak and get it across my information that I'm trying to get through. Yeah, it's usually on business type, relation type conversations. But I can actually in Tagalog a lot more than Spanish.
Well, and you've built a reputation that you will stand on your head to make your clients happy, right?
Yeah, many years ago, it was 91 when we have difficulty selling any homes at all. We came up with this idea of me standing on my head and using that as a promotion. And I think there was someone that was a car dealer before doing something with that, and And I
he looks at me like I'm related to Bob Stahl Chevrolet.
Yeah.
and so
what are the chances of two guys in San Diego who are involved in automobiles with the last name Stahl?
right?
I know.
It's
And
like
and spelled the same way.
That's the worst. That's the worst name to have when you're in car sales.
That's it.
Stahl.
Rub it in. Hey, but you know what? I like him already. He drives a Corvette.
Yeah, he does. Did you see it out there? Oh, you haven't seen it yet.
I tell people if you're going to get something fun and wrap it.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Look at that wrap. Isn't that beautiful?
I know it's beautiful. I mean, no one can't miss you. I have to tell you though, I did interview King Ampur.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's the king of wraps because he has a Rolls Royce wrapped in gold.
It is beautiful too. I've seen it. It's gorgeous.
Anyway, we digress.
Mm-hmm. So, what made you get involved in San Diego? When I came to you with this idea and said, "Hey, here's what we're doing," what made you get involved in San Diego? Why? Because you jumped in with both feet, man.
Very quickly, because I just saw all the publicity going out there about the anti-gun publicity, and I just I'm in love with hunting. I enjoy hunting all year. If wherever I can go hunt, I go hunt. And I just, when you came to me and said we need some help and let's get this thing together, I immediately said,
sure, why not?
I'm ready. Why not?
He would have loved last week's show.
I heard some of last week's show.
The hunter show, was that the hunting show
with Gary
from Idaho? Right, he's hunting in Idaho.
Yeah.
I heard some of that. It was a great show.
Yeah. What do you normally hunt?
I hunt deer in Alabama.
Yep.
And sometimes we'll go up to Kern County, but it's a lot harder the older you get to climb the mountains in Kern County. I can tell you. Alabama's more flat and swampy, so you get swampy in Alabama, and you get exhausted trying to climb the hills and try to find the deer in Kern County, California. But I also hunt dove. So this year we went dove hunting at the beginning of the season, which is September, and a group of about 8 of us, we shot 120 dove.
Wow!
We had a big barbecue.
Hey, Scott, have you hunted,
you ever had barbecue dove?
I haven't.
That. Have you hunted hogs or wild boar?
No, I have not.
Because I haven't hunted since I was a kid, but that's the one that I haven't done that yet. But that's the one that looks interesting. Plus, being a big smoker, it's
my son took out I think about 3 weeks ago. He took out 2.
Oh, really? Hogs?
Yeah.
Where was he? Here?
It was up in the Kern County area in private land.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he had a scout with him.
Yeah, I've never been hunting, not one time.
Can you believe that?
Let's go.
I know, right?
Right. Let's get the license. Let's go. It's a lot of fun.
Now, have you been hunting since you were Jackson's age, or?
I have. And one of the stories I have about hunting, and it's probably not a good one, but I was out hunting when I was your age, and I had a 410 shotgun, and I was going along following my father, and I let the barrel come down. He always told it, you got to keep it up on your shoulders, keep it up on your shoulder. And I let the barrel come down. And the next thing you know, I had the back of his hand across my face. The gun and everything went flying. Yeah. And from that point forward, the barrel never, ever went down. It was always in the air.
Somehow you remembered.
I remembered. Right.
And where would you grow up hunting? Everything in Alabama, I'm guessing.
Oh, we did rabbit, quail, everything out there. Yeah.
Anything that moved.
As long as you can eat it,
As long as you can eat.
As long as you can eat it. We don't shoot anything we can't.
We notice there's no roadkill in Alabama.
Well, if there's still a little flipping, then we'll
yeah, if it's flipping, I'm eating it.
That's right.
Well, that's very, very cool. So, when you're a business owner, you're very successful. Are you ever afraid of? Well, gee, I don't know if somebody finds out that I'm involved in a Second Amendment organization. Do you ever get any kind of? Do you worry about pushback? Have you ever gotten any pushback?
No, and even if I did, I wouldn't worry about it, Michael. You have to have your strong beliefs, and you have to support those beliefs and move forward. There's plenty of people that
Yeah, you can't believe in your Second Amendment rights if you can't stand behind your Second Amendment rights.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of the politicians do a lot of talk, and they don't actually support it.
Right.
And that's we've got to get behind this and kind of get a clear picture with all those politicians and get it straightened out.
Yeah, it's not getting any better.
No, it's not.
It's not getting any
That's
better.
right.
Well, it is, and I think when politicians come in front of our board to get an endorsement, more than once they'll say, well, gee, let's just kind of keep it quiet, right? I don't know how people are going to receive. I'm on your side, blah 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 blah. But
see, that would end the interview right there for me.
That's right.
It would just end the interview. I was okay. Well, it's very nice chatting with you. Have a nice day. And I'd
pay
for lunch, and we're done.
We're sticking it out there.
Yeah.
You know, Scott and Joe and Dave.
But I'm just saying, if a politician that wants to be endorsed by us doesn't want to stand up, and put a Second Amendment sign on the side of his car, then it's nice chatting with you.
Yeah, but
they're the ones that'll flip on you.
Well, it is. It's amazing to me, that when people say like, well, hey, I just want to be quiet about it. Okay, well, we're sticking it out there. Scott's sticking it out.
Yeah.
Joe's sticking. We're all sticking it out there.
Well, and the thing too, with from the board's point of view, anyway, because sitting in these meetings when we talk about endorsements and stuff, when you have a politician that says something like that, that's almost automatically, most people on the board say, we don't want anything to do with this person, because if something happens, if there's a Second Amendment issue, that's always going to be a high profile, high publicity thing. If you're afraid to talk about it normally, you're certainly not going to stand up when we actually need you, when there's an incident or when something goes on. So, I mean, there's no point in supporting someone like that.
Jackson stands up for it. Guy's 8 years old, right, man?
Yep.
You're pro Second Amendment, Jackson?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, you do a
That's
good job
how he
representing.
got a hat. Our freedom of speech is just as important as our freedom of self-defense. And we are thrilled to support an American company like MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com and use the promo code FREEMARKET3 and get up to 66% off America's best pillow. You can get a great night's sleep and enjoy the satisfaction of supporting companies fighting against cancel culture. That's MyPillow.com and use the promo code FREEMARKET3 for up to 66% off. All right, we're still hunting with Scott Vinson.
Hunting with Scott Vinson, San Diego County Gun Owners board member and owner of Coldwell Realty down in Banker. I'm sorry, down in Chula Vista. Okay, so you've been hunting your whole life. It's probably because you've been hunting your whole life. It's probably hard to kind of imagine, someone who's never hunted, and what would they have to know, or how would they approach it? It's probably hard to imagine not knowing what you don't know. But if you're an adult, there's a ton of adults in San Diego who are gun owners. They have an interest in hunting. What advice would you give them?
Find someone that hunts and go with them.
Yeah, just learn from others. Learn from people.
Yeah, you really need. I mean, you got to get the license. Obviously, you got to get the hunting license and go through that training. But once you've done that, find someone that goes out and actually that does hunt and has kills, and then go with them and learn. Because I take out people with me out on the dove hunts here in San Diego. We go to the Imperial Valley, to the BLM lands, and we hunt out there. And usually, I'll bring some new people with me. I'm very cautious, and I'm pretty strict about how they distance themselves between me and them.
You got a pretty good sized hand to backhand them if they ever drop the barrel.
You're right. I certainly do. Hey, Mike, I wanted to go back and talk about the gun prom 1 second.
Sure.
Because I didn't get a chance to say something about the group that put that Wendy.
Yeah.
Her group, her team, what a fantastic job. And we just need to, make sure we mention that Wendy did a fantastic job.
Made it look easy, huh?
She made it look beautiful. I mean, it was fantastic.
Made it look easy.
Organized. It was just boom, boom, boom.
What time did they get home that night?
Yeah, late. Yeah, it was Wendy Hoffman, CEO of San Diego County Gun Owners, did an excellent job of planning that out. It was the smoothest, from the other side, from the back side, the operations side. It was the smoothest gun prom we've ever had.
And how many people did we have there?
1,000 people.
1,000.
No. 999.
That's right, 999 people. Because it couldn't be 1,000, because then we'd have to.
Then we'd get in there. They'd yell.
We'd have to test them.
Wendy, you did a great job.
She did do a great job.
All right.
I appreciate.
Now back to the.
She's still recuperating as we're speaking.
I bet she is. Yeah.
Appreciate your sponsorship too. Did you get anybody win a gun at your table?
No.
Anybody win a gun at your table?
Well, I didn't really have a table. I was kind of up walking around. I was up on stage at one point.
By the way, nobody won a gun at my table either. Just
really?
No.
Well, you had.
I had all girls except one guy.
Yeah, you had a pretty active table. I thought.
Oh yeah.
I thought somebody won a gun.
So nobody's ever won a gun at any.
Did you win a gun?
Not this
At
year,
your table?
but somebody at my table won last year. I think.
Anybody win?
Last time we had.
Anybody win this year?
No, not.
Are you
at my
taking
table.
this down? Are you taking these notes down?
I got to tell you, the ratio is actually pretty good. If you look at it, was like 36, 37 guns, something like that, and I think only a couple hundred people bought tickets. So.
Well, Michael, I had bought like $500 worth of tickets.
Yeah.
Did
And
you
I
win
was
a gun?
walking around tearing these tickets apart. And I thought, well, I've got 500
chances.
And sure, I looked at the guy beside me. He said, "Excuse me," because I had my San Diego County badge on, right?
Yeah.
And board member badge. And he says, He said, "What do we do with this?" And I looked down. He's got a stack about 6 inches thick. He must have had about 3,000 tickets there.
So you said, you know, throw them in the garbage can. That's where they go.
Might as well throw mine away.
So that guy probably won a gun, is what you're saying.
He probably won 2 or 3 guns, I'm sure.
You know, a lot of those tickets ended up in the Savage precision rifle, the 6.5 Creedmoor, anyway. So
yeah,
they wanted something else.
That was.
Did we give away the radio host show?
Yeah, I don't know who won it, but yeah, we did. We live auctioned
money
that
for it?
off. Yeah, I don't remember how much either, but we're worth something.
Where is Wendy when you?
I know.
Her?
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? She ran the whole thing soup to nuts. It was great. It was
That's
great.
crazy.
Okay, so back to hunting. What's your favorite thing to hunt?
Oh, it's deer. Usually when I go back to Alabama, I get back with the family and friends and get out and have a good time. But I also get out at 4 in the morning and 3 in the morning and search and do hunting for 4 or 5 days.
Now, do you bring somebody with you to dress it, so you don't have to do it anymore?
No, in Alabama we just throw it in the back of a truck and bring it out to the processing plant where they actually process the deer.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They'll do it. There's companies that'll do that for you.
They have companies that are just huge
Processors,
building size freezers, and they hook them up. And then you pick them up about 15, 20 days later.
I thought this guy here was your dresser.
Yeah. You ever process a deer, Jackson?
Nope.
No, not yet. Not yet. You will. You will one day. I'll tell you that.
Probably about the same time
Maybe.
you do.
Yeah, really.
So, Scott, how do you hunt them back there? Are you hunting from a stand, or are you guys doing something else? How do you hunt deer?
Well, both. Normally it's from a tree stand. So they're about 15 feet in the air.
So you scout it out ahead of time, get the stand set up, and go in that way?
In the lands that I'm going on, the stands are already up.
Ah.
They're already up, and you can see the deer tracks. You get in there in the afternoon, you kind of look in the deer tracks where they're going, and then the next day you look again in the mornings to find out there's fresh tracks or whatever.
Yeah. See, I'm not a fan of stands.
You're not?
Fell asleep. Didn't wake up till about, 11:30.
On the ground?
So you
or
tie
up in the
yourself
stand?
up there
And
when
you
you're
should have seen all the fresh footprints all around the tree. Now, that was my last time at the stand.
Actually, the last land that I did hunt on January this year, the hunter asked me to only shoot one deer, and I was there for 4 days, and I promised him I'd only shoot an 8-point or above.
Oh, okay.
So I must have seen 15 deer.
And none of them were 8
None of them were
point or
8
above.
point until the very last day, and I finally found the 8.
I'd have brought super glue and some antlers.
Yeah, right.
So, all right, in the fall, it's in the fall, right? Deer season's in the fall in Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay, so I've been North Florida anyway. It's cold, man. 3 in the morning,
Yeah,
it's
it is.
cold, and I know it's all swampy and everything. I mean, it's a tough task. So what keeps you going back every single year?
Well, bagging the game.
No,
obviously.
you've got a terrible memory of how cold it was because I'm telling you, man, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, man.
Dave's right. He's right.
You just
forget about how
forget.
bad it is.
And then you work all year, and then when it's come time for hunting season, man, you're all excited, and you totally forget until the first day out.
It's like your last golf game, right? Same.
Yeah, exactly.
That one shot.
That one,
keep coming
keep
back.
chasing that one
Yeah,
shot.
yeah.
That is
Exactly.
so funny.
What is the highest point buck you've ever?
A 10. That's
a
all
10.
I got, yeah.
Oh, nice. And okay, so in Alabama, what are they? Were they whitetail, or how big is a typical deer in Alabama?
He's about 160 to 180,
Which is bigger in California.
bigger than California.
Yeah. Have you ever done what were they, mule deer here in
Yeah,
California?
we have the ugly mule deer here. Yeah.
Have you shot them?
The big ears, and
You gone hunting out here for them, or?
I've only shot one in California.
So the older they get, that's how they end up with the antlers, with the points.
Right. The antlers will fall off each year and
Right.
regrow back, and
Does
the
that-
older the deer gets, the bigger the antlers.
So if you get over 8, does the meat get a little tougher because it's gotten older?
Yeah,
Or-
sure. Yeah,
So your prime is probably what, an 8,
probably a 6.
a 6.
Yeah, probably a 6.
But that particular individual, that farmer, said no, you had to go 8 or above.
Well, yeah. I mean, they have so many deer out there. He knows how many he's got. He knows
Yeah.
he's got an extra.
Well-
he's got an extra 2 or 3 8 points. So
Yeah, because I was just, I wanted to bring that up because because if you're hunting for antlers and you want all the points you can get, you're not going to like what the food's going to or you're not going to like the meat as much.
you're 100% correct.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
If you're trophy hunting,
I just was doing that for you, Mike,
yeah. Well,
because you'd go for the antler.
It all tastes like ketchup to me. So
It tastes like ketchup to you.
So I mean, if somebody just didn't understand hunting, like I said, there's a lot of adults in Southern California, in San Diego, who've just never done it. They've never done it, and maybe it's not a part of their tradition, and they didn't grow up doing it. If someone just didn't understand hunting, like how would you explain it to them? What would what's the attraction? What keeps you going back, and why should they try it, and why do you love it?
Start off with there's no bad day hunting.
There's no bad day hunting.
Right.
It
And
really is.
explain to them what that means.
I mean, you're accomplished. When you're actually able to take a game down, this is the thrill, the excitement. It's like winning a race. It's like any other sport that you participate in, and you win, right? Hunting is no different. We get the excitement and the thrill, the adrenaline. I mean, a deer's creeping. I'm seeing a deer out 150 yards out, and the adrenaline starts popping, and and it gets exciting, and I start sweating a little bit. And I get a little bit nervous, and then you finally get him close enough where you think you can actually shoot the deer, because you don't want to shoot a deer and have him run off. You got to have a clean shot, and so you want to get him close enough that you're not going to have just a wounded animal out there running off, and you're chasing him for 5 miles, right? You're trying to hopefully to get to him. But that excitement, that adrenaline, I can just feel it right now talking to you. It's just so fun.
But even if you don't get a deer, just the joy and the thrill of getting up early in the morning and going out, being in the woods and the hunt. You want to get one, but if you don't, it's still not a bad day.
Well, any day hunting is better than a
day working,
right? And you're looking at my face, and I'm thinking, well, that's almost all right, but I'm not sure if I'm going to agree with that.
Well, that's
going out there.
When's the last time you shot a deer?
January.
See, that's why you're giving me that look, because it's been since January, and it's been almost a year. Told you forgot again.
I'm heading back in December.
See, there you go.
Nice.
Take Mike with you.
Yeah.
He'll carry your game back in for you.
I don't like to get muddy.
Oh,
yeah.
Or dirty.
I don't like to get dirty. You.
Oh, you
certainly get muddy.
Yeah, you do get muddy.
Why do you like hunting deer more than you like dove out in the valley?
It's much more difficult.
Yeah.
It's
it sounds like that's a big part of it. Like this is a task that has to be accomplished.
Right.
It's not easy.
Right.
It's something that hey, this is hard. It's complicated. It's cold. It's wet. And then when you finally accomplish what you're there to accomplish, you get to celebrate.
Well, I probably have a better understanding of how to do it more than most people, because when I go out and I talk to other hunters that go out deer hunting and the owners that own the land, they said, well, we've had 10 people out here. None of them have shot a deer yet. You come out here already one day and you've got one,
Yeah.
So I'm actually searching for what's happening around me all the time. I don't even move. I don't even.
Right.
There's no.
Now, what do you do now? What have you done since January to keep sharp? Because if you're going to hit a deer and drop it, you got to hit it in a pretty small window, right?
Well,
usually you're going for the heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to know. I mean, how big of a circle is that? Maybe 6, 7, 8 inches.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you do between January and December to keep that sharpness up? You go to the
you go to the range.
The
you
range.
Go to the gun clubs and
Gotcha.
the ranges and shoot.
Pictures of deer.
Yeah, pictures of deer. Yeah. Circles. Shoot circles.
Shoot circles.
So
Because that's the difficult part. And I got that from our last guest last week, is because he's the same exact way.
Mm-hmm.
You got to hit it and drop it. You don't want it running. You don't want it in pain. You don't want it suffering.
Exactly.
And he's just like you. He doesn't just shoot to shoot. He shoots to eat.
Right.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel. Or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.